In this Where Winds Meet video, I bring your daily and weekly check-in list. Things you should be doing so you ain't wasting precious items, materials, consumables and much more. So let's go. How's it going guys? My name's DPJ and if you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out, and if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. So it is early days as of right now, and although I had a little experience with the Chinese version of this game, navigating menus, which with how many there are in a different language you don't understand, was pretty hard. But now we have the global release and it's actually easier to read now, but still wild to navigate due to just how many menus there are. I can guys bring you what in my opinion are the things you need to do on a daily and weekly basis. Now what I will say is, because like the Chinese version of this game was like a year in, they had many more additions to the game that was added on after release. A few of those are not in this game as of right now, but what I will say is, if you do need to chime in on anything I do indeed miss, please do down below in the comments section so other players can indeed see. So first things first, your daily check-in list and things you should be doing. So let's first talk about your mental energy, your stamina. This is indeed used for various different things, but what I will say is you shouldn't let this cap out, because when you do, you're actually wasting it, because you won't earn more once it is capped out, and because you earn this from so many different things within this game, if it is capped out guys, it's going to complete waste. But when you realize what this is and what it's used for, you will understand my point here. It also has an auto recharge on it, so you get this back every so often for absolutely free. Also important to remember, your limit in regards to what you can hold at a single given time is raised when you do those breakthroughs, so keep that in mind. You also get the pillar powder resource item. Upon you using these, it replenishes 60 of this energy, and these come from breakthrough levels and the battle pass. Now although this isn't really a part of your daily and weekly check-in, I feel it's important enough to mention that you shouldn't let this thing cap out, as I said. Indeed, use it in the various different ways that you can. So if you pull up your menu, select Wandering Paths, then click on Challenges, you can see activities here in which you can use this and be rewarded for doing so. The Still Sure Heart Seeker boss right here is indeed an activity you can indeed use these energies on and be rewarded for so. But as you play the game and as you progress, you'll unlock more bosses here in which you can use this energy on to get specific rewards. Here you will get gear, 2 cosmetic chests, 2 martial arts breakthrough upgrade materials, 2 oscillating jade using your enhancement of your gear, 2 coins and XP, so you get quite a lot of stuff for this. Right now for me on the Heart Seeker boss, it takes 20 per run, but upon you actually completing this boss and looting the end reward, you can double up or even triple up depending on your progression, so getting more of these rewards per single run. But you can also use your energy on those outposts, which means completing them. You can then open up the chests at the end of these outposts and get materials from even iron to escalating jade to coins to experience to cosmetic chests and so forth, people. So yes, another great way to use that energy once you reach that cap. Now what I will say is things like the oscillating jades and the even iron are used to level up mystic skills and enhancing gear. So this is always a great material to have stack loads of. So if you plan on playing on the daily, you plan on always hitting that cap of your energy, make sure you are running these guys. Outposts, once you do complete them though, will have a 24-hour cooldown on them, so do keep that in mind. There are also the heroes round, which you unlock at I believe like a level 41 or 51. But you also guys have these sword trials you can use this energy on. You can do this co-op or even with AI basically teammates. Take these bosses down and earn some great loot in the same way and the same manner of reward. So yes guys, if you got that energy and you want to use it, this is where you can do so. Another thing you want to be doing on the daily is visiting your home and using the grooming interaction. You can do this guys by going to this point on the map, the blissful retreat, follow the path I go to this house, interact with this table mirror and you are good to go. Do this on the daily. Okay, so what else can you do on a daily? What should you be doing on a daily? Well, there's not much, and what I will say is weekly comes first. Obviously, you want to do your weekly stuff before you do your daily stuff. That's just my opinion, but it makes sense. So let's start with that sect. Now, even if you haven't selected a sect yet, or you don't plan to, because you don't plan on playing online, you still guys get those daily missions, which I suggest you completing because they give you this weekly reputation, which you can get 1200 per week of and use it in the sect shop, as you see right here guys, to get certain things. So yeah, you may as well take part in these missions on that daily to earn that currency, to be able to stack that currency for the weekly total of 1200 to eventually be able to buy these cosmetics. Why not, people? Another thing to mention is your faction errands, basically your sect errands. Now I'm currently sectless, but I do indeed know that there are weekly and daily errands to indeed do. Some errands will take you days, so you want to start them before the end of the week. I believe they can be 3 days long, so obviously you want to start them before the end of the weekly reset, because if you do this the day before the weekly reset and it takes a few days to complete, you're going to fail it obviously. But so yes guys, if you're part of a sect, make sure you're checking out what you got to do on that daily and that weekly. Now, nothing I will mention, I still have a pal who's playing on the Chinese servers. He says to me he recommends doing at least one casual activity a day, where he says the pitch part is the quickest. I don't know if he's referring to the event and the dawn to dusk, or even the battle pass quest tab, or maybe something else. This though I guess I've been doing anyway and haven't noticed anything pop up, but there's so many things here to indeed claim. There's so many pop-ups upon you doing certain activities. I'm probably completely missing something here, but if you guys know, fill me in down below in the comments section. Okay guys, so what we'll do now is we'll move on to the things you need to do on that weekly checklist. So let's start with that Jade fish, which you are capped out at 20k per week. Here guys, I recommend you spending this on items that are first on a weekly refresh. Now this Jade fish currency you can earn from basically everything you do, so you won't really come short of it unless you waste it on pointless things. So if you pull up your menu, then go to the shop, then select offers, then select exchange shop and click on the season shop. Within here guys, we have a few tabs we're going to check out. First up we have the top one, which is the combat development tab. Here guys, you want to be using that Jade fish, and I recommend you buying all of the weekly supply of the martial arts combat tips. Both of these chests, when they become available to you, make sure you are buying them and buying their weekly limit. These are used to indeed level up your martial arts through the breakthrough level. You can't have too many of these, people. Once you buy these, they go into your bag, in which you can then open them up and select specific custom tips you indeed need, which will be different for the different martial arts. Also guys, purchase the In Way note chests when they become available to you. These are indeed a long grind, so getting them here is a must. These are used obviously for your In Way breakthrough levels, so important stuff here, people. Now if you wanted to and you can spare it, the oscillating Jade isn't a bad pick either, nor is the life supply support boxes. But yes, only if you have the spare Jade fish, or you have enough of it. Now if you come down a tab to the gear chest tab, here I wouldn't recommend you using your Jade fish as of right now, as you're still progressing, and these are just RNG, so ain't worth it in my opinion as of right now. Later on in the game though, they may be. Now if you come down to the profession development tab, we have all of these, which I'd recommend you also buying if you can afford them. Reason being is we are both a healer and a scholar in this game, and these are used to indeed level these up. Now if you are not aware of this, bring up your menu, go to that profession tab, and here you can see healer and scholar. Here guys, clicking on either of these or both of them if you haven't initiated them already, then clicking on the gain the ability in the bottom right, you'll do like a small quest which teaches you about these and this core ability. Once you complete these, people, you then guys have a whole menu open up with things you can indeed level up. And what's needed to level these up, yes you know, those what we just checked out, being the career notebooks, the contents of both the healer and scholar gift boxes, and the custom career gift box. These indeed guys, as I said, level these up for you. Lastly here, back in the shop, we have the bottom tab of the appearance exchange. At the bottom of this menu we see the lingering melody. This is a limited per week and costs 200 Jade coins, but you need to hit the max of 20k on the Jade fish before you can actually purchase these. This is basically your gotcha ticket, which if you do not know, the lingering melody is basically a type of ticket you can use within the draw Sound of Silence to unlock various limited edition cosmetics. So if that is what you're into, it's definitely worth you grabbing these. Another way to get a couple of these lingering melodies is through the Meow Meow Temple shop seen right here on the map. If you've basically done a lot of those Meow Meow challenges across the map, you should have a decent supply of the Meow Meow treasures, or the bells shall we call them. Here guys, you can purchase 2 of these lingering melodies, so yeah, keep that in mind. These don't have a refresh though, so I believe once you buy these you won't see them again, but yes, just a quick tip there. Now lastly, but another thing you can do a little later on is the in a way vintage book plates, which you can get by recycling spare tips that you do not need, but here make sure that you do not need them. How this works is come to your inner ways, click on the vintage book plate in the top right, click on the tips recycle, then mark the ones you definitely don't need and recycle them. For this you will get this currency which you can actually spend if you click the tips exchange. These though, the purple chests, are a one-time purchase, so keep that in mind, but eventually guys there'll be a gold chest here which is a weekly purchase, so it will reset every week, so that's something you will want to keep an eye on eventually as you progress the game, people. Now another quick thing to mention are these certain vendors which will sell you building materials. Now I made a video earlier on today covering how you build bases, etc, etc. As the days and months go by with this game being released, more and more features will be added into the game in regards to this, where you can recruit NPCs, have them work for you, make your own empire, etc, etc. But in order to actually build and create your own base, you need specific materials. Now this vendor, and there's a couple of other vendors in this game that will sell you stuff, but they have a limited weekly stock. Now it is early days, but there's fur here, there's wood here, there's stone here, there's all sorts here, people, including certain foods too, so it may be worth your time stocking up on some of these, because as I said guys, the cost of building certain things in this game is quite expensive. If you want to build a big base and you have the spare coin, this will actually just take coin, by the way, nothing too crazy, but they are, like I said, set on a weekly stock, so yeah, do what you gotta do here, people. But that vendor you're seeing on screen now, where he's located and what you can purchase from him. And to be honest guys, that's mostly what you need to know. Now I may have missed 1 or 2 things, but if I have and you know about them, let us know down below in the comments section. But on that note guys, the end of the video has indeed arrived. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like really helps me out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and hopefully guys, I will see you on that next one.